Hi there, I'm Jamie Crisp, and welcome to another episode of Cooking on the Cape, where I bring you low country cuisine right here to your Wilmington doorstep. Now today I'm going to show you a simple and fantastic recipe for spicy shrimp and grits. Now I'm sure that some of you may be turning your nose up at the thought of shrimp and grits together in the same dish, but I promise you, once you've smelled and tasted this dish, you're going to be hooked. So we're going to go ahead and start by making our grits, and this is just grits that you'd buy in any bag in the store. We're going to have some chicken stock that gives it a little more flavor, some Monterey Jack cheese, just a hint of heavy cream, just to give it a better thick consistency so they stand up a little better, some Texas Pete, and then some green onions. So we'll go ahead and get our chicken stock boiling. And you can go right ahead and put your butter and your Texas Pete in. We'll crank that heat right up. Go ahead, chop these green onions. And what's really great about shrimp and grits is there's so many optional ways that you can make. You can make modifications. Monterey Jack today, but white cheddar is really good. You can do Parmesan. You can add some bacon in with your grits. And I say white cheddar, but really mild cheddar, sharp cheddar would be just fine too. Now for your shrimp sauce, we've got 18 to 20 shrimps, some parsley. I've got baby portobellos sliced. We'll do a yellow pepper, some cayenne, a little bit of minced garlic, white wine, some shallots, and this is just some special seasoning that I use at home a lot. Prosciutto, you could also do country ham. And then to top all this off, we're going to do just a simple beurre blanc sauce, which will just really make it super creamy. Give this a little stir. Some people like to, if you're looking to have a little fancy dinner, could take your grits, go ahead and make them up. You can spread those right out on a sheet pan with some saran wrap underneath so they don't stick. Put them in the refrigerator, kind of chills them up a little bit. Then you can take any kind of mold, press that out, pull them out. You can flour those up, and then you can fry them. Just gives them, a better consistency. It's really, really good. We're not going to do that today. We're just going to do a simple scoop. But just to give you some ideas of how you can vary this. Well, this is almost where I want it. So we'll go ahead and add our cream. Give this a quick stir before we toss our grits in. There we go. And I'm going to whisk these just to break them up a little better. And you can turn this down on low. It's just like you're cooking rice. You're going to let that sit so all those grits soak up those good flavors. So we'll put a cap on that. Push these over to the side. Won't need those quite yet. Go ahead and chop our shallots for our sauce. You can use onion if you like, red onion. You can actually use green onions in your sauce too if you like. As far as your measurements go, I'm just doing a cup of grits. I'm going to use about, 3 cups of chicken stock, maybe a quarter of a cup of heavy cream, 3/4 of a stick of butter, maybe 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of cheese, and whatever spicy seasoning you like. Texas Pete is my favorite, so that's what I'm using. About 2 tablespoons. There we go. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and start our sauce. So what we'll do, just a little bit of olive oil here. gonna go ahead and transfer this to the back since it is pretty much done, except for a little waiting game. We'll go ahead and start sauteing our shallots, garlic, and pepper. There we go. Get that hot. Scoop these over too. And any pepper is fine. I'm using yellow just to give it a little more color. You can slice these any way you like. I'm just gonna do a quick julienne. Yeah, I remember the first time I had shrimp and grits. I did not think it was going to be good at all. Just seemed an odd combination to me. And now I have to say, it's one of my favorite dishes. They just really go well together. Let's go ahead and add our shallots. Our yellow peppers. And about a tablespoon of garlic. That should be plenty. All right. Just kind of mix these around. And really this sauce, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna build it up. Saute your shallots, your garlic, your onions, and your yellow peppers. Once they get going, then you're gonna go ahead and add your shrimp. I'm gonna put some Creole seasoning on mine. You can blacken these, pretty much whatever you'd like. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice too. So after these are nice and tender, you're gonna go ahead and throw your shrimp in. You'll let those simmer, get nice and tender, then you're just gonna pull those right back out. After that, you're gonna go ahead and add in your baby portobellos. Your tomatoes, you're gonna strain those out, but you wanna keep the juice so that you can kind of thin your sauce out a little bit after that's done. Your white wine and a little more lemon juice for your sauce. Oh, these are starting to cook right up. So I tell you what, we're gonna take a quick break. If you want to join me right back here on the Cape Fear River, we're going to go ahead and finish up our shrimp sauce.
Welcome to the Lab, Cape Fear Community College's entertainment source.
Hello and welcome to CW TV. I'm Salem Simmons. Let's get you up to date with our top stories from around campus.
Hi there, I'm Jamie Crisp and welcome to another episode of Cooking on the Cape.
The reason I went into nursing is because I wanted to connect with people, because that's what it's all about. It's about making the patient better, helping them heal. I really needed the scholarship at Cape Fear Community College. I was a non-traditional student. I had a household to support, and I wouldn't have been able to go to nursing school and commit myself to graduating without that scholarship.
Invest in your community. Support the Cape Fear Community College Foundation.
Welcome back. Your pepper, shallots, and garlic are just where you want them. So we're gonna toss your little shrimpies in. And you're gonna go ahead and just cook these completely. Then like I said, you're gonna remove those But you don't want them to get too overdone because then they'll start to taste like real rubbery, and you never want that. Quick stir. A little bit more heat. And your grits are completely done as well. So now, to these, we're gonna go ahead and add your Monterey Jack cheese and your green onions. The cheese is really gonna set these grits up nicely. These look so good. All right. You can go ahead and just turn your heat off of your grits and let those stand. It's not going to take your shrimp long at all. You're going to get the heat to them fast and get them out fast. And then, of course, we're going to add these back in. Now for your beurre blanc sauce, really all you're gonna do, it's just a butter sauce. So we're gonna reduce some white wine, some red wine vinegar, and some shallots. You're gonna reduce that down about 90%. And then if you like, you can add a little bit of cream. It's really up to you. You can do stock too. And then once you bring that up to a boil, you're gonna start to throw some butter in, about a pound of butter. You're just gonna whisk that together, and that's gonna make a really nice cream sauce. All these flavors just really blend together well. And I'm just gonna add a little cayenne to this. Actually, more than less. Oh, these look good. All right, so those are ready. We'll go ahead and take those out. And you may have to take some peppers out too. That's all right. Like I said, it's all going back in. You know, around Wilmington, there are plenty of places where you can get really, really nice shrimp and grits. Sometimes people want to do a cream sauce. Just makes it a little smoother. All right, just about there. Okay, set these off. And now for your white wine. Chardonnay is what I'm going with. Then you're just going to take the juice of one lemon. Half there. And the other half. And you want this to come to a boil, and it pretty much already is. Just give it a little stir. Make sure you scrape this really well to get all those good flavors. All right, now for our crushed tomatoes. And like I said, you're gonna drain these. And then of course your sauce you're gonna use to thin, the tomato juice you're gonna use to thin your sauce out later. You can use regular tomato sauce if you like. And you're gonna go with 1 14.5-ounce can tomatoes. There we go. Another stir. These colors are just so beautiful. All right, now I'm gonna need some chopped parsley, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's just some curly parsley. You can use Italian. Throw some cilantro in there if you like. All right. We almost forgot about our mushrooms. Let's get those in there. Shiitakes are really nice to do with this dish as well, or little button mushrooms. And you can just eye it, a little handful. Another little stir. And what's great about this dish is it really does not take any time at all. You can throw this together and then it looks like it took you a long time, even though it didn't. All right. I'm gonna switch these out and go ahead and get my beurre blanc sauce started. And you can keep these grits covered, that way they don't dry out on you. There we go. Get that heated up. The sauce is coming to a nice boil. It looks great. Need to chop this shallot up. There we go. Your white wine, cup of that. Your red wine vinegar. And your shallots. And you'll know when it's ready, it's going to start to have a glaze look. It'll get a lot thicker. Basically, you're just cooking the alcohol out, and then you're left with all the good stuff. All right, go ahead and put our shrimp back in. Nice stir, and you are almost done. All right, we're gonna take another short break. Come on back, we're almost done.
Welcome to the Lab, Cape Fear Community College's entertainment source.
Hello and welcome to CDouble TV. I'm Salem Simmons. Let's get you up to date with our top stories from around campus.
Hi there, I'm Jamie Crisp, and welcome to another episode of Cooking on the Cape.
The reason I went into nursing is because I wanted to connect with people, because that's what it's all about. It's about making the patient better, helping them heal. I really needed the scholarship at Cape Fear Community College. I was a non-traditional student. I had a household to support, and I wouldn't have been able to go to nursing school and commit myself to graduating without that scholarship.
Invest in your community. Support the Cape Fear Community College Foundation.
All right, we're back. already finished. It's just simmering. Your grits are ready as well, and we're just waiting for our reduction, which is almost ready too. So we're gonna go ahead, you're just gonna take your butter, go ahead and throw it in, and this is just gonna form an emulsion. Once everything starts to melt, you're gonna wanna whisk as fast as you can. This sauce is really, really wonderful. It goes well with lots of stuff. While that's melting, we'll get our garnishes ready. I've already chopped up our parsley, and the finishing touch is gonna be our prosciutto, which, if you're not familiar with that, is just an Italian ham. And like I said earlier, you can use country ham, whichever your taste buds prefer. I'm just gonna roll this up. There we are. That's done. And once we get this sauce done, it's basically gonna go like this. You're gonna put a couple scoops of your grits down, then you're gonna do your shrimp sauce right over that. Then we're just gonna drizzle a little bit of the beurre blanc right on top. Now when you're making your beurre blanc sauce, you're gonna need to use real butter. No margarine, no type of oil. Gives the sauce that mouthfeel so that every other flavor that you're taking in, your taste buds really pick that up. Now you don't want this sauce to get too hot. It'll lose its stability and start to break. So a continuous whisk is what you're looking for. All right. Go ahead and turn that down to low. And that's ready. So let's just refresh. Start with your grits. You're gonna do, well, I've done today a cup of those. Then you're gonna add your chicken stock to your pot, let that come up to a boil, throw your butter in as well. Then you're gonna go ahead and add your grits once that's boiling. Once that consistency, all the grits soak up all that good stuff, then you're gonna throw your cheese in and your green onions with your Texas Pete. Cover that up. Then you're gonna start your sauce. You're gonna saute your shallots, your garlic, and your yellow peppers. And like I said, any type of alterations you wanna make to this will be perfectly fine. After you get your veggies tender, you're gonna throw your shrimp in, saute those up. Then you're gonna remove those, throw your white wine and your lemon juice in, bring that up to a boil. Then you're gonna throw your tomatoes, which you wanna drain those off and save your sauce for later if you need to thin it out. We really don't need to today. It's the perfect consistency already. So your tomatoes, your mushrooms, you're gonna let that come back up to a boil and pretty much just let it simmer. You can let it work to, if you want it thick, you let it be thick. If you want it a little thinner, you let it be thin. Then for your beurre blanc, you're gonna throw in your white wine, your shallots, and your red wine vinegar. Reduce that down by about 90%, and then throw your butter in and whisk that all up. So we are ready to eat, and I'm glad because I am starving. So just gonna do a couple scoops. There we go. And your sauce. And then your finishing touch. You're just gonna drizzle this on. So just to finish this off, we're gonna top it with some chopped parsley. then your prosciutto. And that about does it. Well, that's all the time we have for you today. Join us again next time for more great recipes. For Cape Fear Community College's Cooking on the Cape, I'm Jamie Crisp.